go ahead and sit my fat butt on this bike. Oh man, this feels good. Aw man, I forgot my wife and I were working on some shit. Building a little flower pot holder thing over there for her. That black line is cable. It's not like a error in the video. I'm not about to clean all this up, so we might as well try to do this outside. Coronavirus, COVID-19, the virus, whatever you want to call it. Mrs. and I talked about it, and as much as we'd like to go riding and claim that we're social distancing ourselves at 65 miles an hour down the freeway on our motorcycles, 6 or more feet apart, there's two things that we hadn't initially considered doing that. First one, I don't want to expose myself further to the virus if I can help it. And by that I mean, if I get into an accident, like it or not, riding a motorcycle is a more dangerous activity than driving in your car or your pickup truck. And if in the sandy spring weather, if I go down on my bike, there's a higher risk of that, and it's going to put me in a hospital, more than likely. I don't want to be exposed to those other people in a hospital that might be suffering from the virus. Second, as a responsible citizen, I don't want to take a bed away from somebody that needs it for something they couldn't directly control, or that's already too late. I just think we're better people to keep that in mind and be responsible with our riding. So I hear bikes out all day. It kills me not to be riding, but I encourage you to think of those things before you jump out on your bike until this whole pandemic is over. So back to the video here. Fire up the bike. We turned it on, gave it a solid 30 seconds to power up. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the Innovv K2 app. And when you open that, you're going to get this cool little splash screen. And then right in the middle of the screen, you're going to see an icon that looks like a gear, or a sprocket, whatever you want to call it. And what that's going to tell you is to open up your settings and connect to the Wi-Fi network for your Innovv K2. So we're going to go back out, and on iPhone here, we're going to go to settings, we're going to go to Wi-Fi, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for and find the Innovv K2. In my case, it's a 23A2. And that's just the last bit of a serial number called a MAC address. And we're going to connect to that network. Now, I've connected to that network in the past, so my phone's just going to connect to it without any problem. You might be asked for a default password, and I'm going to put that default password on the screen right here. I've changed mine just so that any Joe Blow walking down the street can't connect to mine. I strongly recommend you do that as well. You can do that in the settings. Once you're connected to the Innovv K2, then you can go back in to that app. We're going to go back, and we're going to retry, and you're going to get this pop-up that says connecting to device. And the next thing you know, apparently I'm out of date on the firmware, you're going to be connected to the device. In this password dialog in that settings screen, you can actually change the password. I'm not going to change it here. And this is where you can set what the resolution is, whether you're recording the front, the back, or both, how much your loop video is. Loop video means things like when you're riding your bike, how frequently do you want a new video file to be created? They allow you to do it, I believe, every 1, 3, 5, or 10 minutes. I don't want a million files on this memory card, so I selected 10 minutes. That means that if I want to edit this video or add it to the footage, I need to chop it up from that 10 minute into smaller segments to match what I want. All your other settings are available right here on this screen, whether you're recording audio, whether you're have parking mode enabled, whether you have GPS, whether you're showing the speed on your camera while you're riding. I don't currently have that set. I've been thinking about doing it. Everybody likes to ride a little fast here and there, but I don't tend to make a habit of it. So, and then from there, once you're connected to the Wi-Fi, you can get in, you can actually see the video. This is live video of my garage. You can see the Pepsi machine. You can see the truck behind me. There's my filthy hand right there. And I don't think I can, yeah, I can't reach that one up front, but you can see the Pepsi machine up there. And you can actually even see the camera on top of that shelf. So, and then on this screen you can see GPS and whatnot is enabled. In the document folder, you can see what files the camera already has enabled, or recorded rather. If it eventually loads here, we'll get there, I promise. And it's got the continuous recordings. Incident recordings are parking mode. If you have parking mode enabled, if somebody jars the bike or bumps it, it'll actually record about a 30-second video clip of that event. I'm sorry, that's a parking mode setting. Incident recordings, if you hit a pothole while you're going down the road, or if you're in an accident when you're going down the road, the camera will actually mark those videos and save them. So if I look here, we can see back on March 30th, this video here, and I'll pull this down to the camera, but we can see, and I'll go ahead and download this guy here now, and I'll download the rear camera from the same time. We can actually see the footage from when that event occurred. Obviously this is going to take for freaking ever, because each one of these files is nearly a gigabyte. One of the beefs I have with this camera system is that the only place you can have a memory card is in the DVR itself, and that DVR is about the size of my iPhone. But the best place I've found for it is underneath the right hand cover near the ABS pressure module, which involves me having to actually take out the saddlebag, or take off the saddlebag to remove that side cover. My Honda was a lot easier because I could just pop that side cover off without removing the saddlebag first. I suppose it makes it a little harder to get to, because if the saddlebag's locked, you can't pull the side cover off. But call it what you will. It's not very convenient. That said, it's not very often I have to pull videos from here. So this video download will take probably 5 minutes or so. We're at 4% total, 2% of each video, give or take. You'll notice the little padlock in the lower right corner of these, just identifying that this video footage is locked, which means even if your device runs out of storage, it does what's called a FIFO, or first in, first out. So it's going to kind of record in a loop. It's going to record a video, then record another video, and then record another video. And when it's completely out of space, it's going to go back and delete the oldest video that's not locked or not marked for save, and then record another one. You can go in here, and I won't talk about that here, but you can go in and actually mark a video as, hey, don't delete this, save this video. And when it does that FIFO record and erase, it'll skip that one and go to the next one to delete it and record something. You'll notice that you can discreetly download the front or the rear videos. They're not overlaid by default, so that makes it a little bit easier. You can do what you want. I mix the videos together myself for the other things I've posted to the YouTube. But we're gonna go ahead and download, and I think I've done a good job of showing you how to connect your phone to the Wi-Fi on your Innovv K2.